Hello everybody, how is everybody here today? We're doing pretty good. What I'm going to do right in here, I'll show y'all is a compass set. I like this set for coyotes. I take my trap, put it right there. As I come out about this far from my little bar here, and I drive a piece of PVC pipe in the ground on an angle, like the north. I come back here and do it. Put another piece up for the south. And then I'll come over here and for the east and west. What that does, and I'll take 4 different lures or baits and I'll shove just a dab down each hole, and when those coyotes come through, they'll come up through here. So he runs up through here and he goes smelling right here. He gets a whiff of this one over here, he smells around, comes back here on the north side, smells around, goes in a circle, and hopefully in the name of the game it makes his feet move and he steps on this trap and you got him. Right here I'm going to do my trap bed. One of my favorite traps, Duke 550. They're real good. They're built like a tank. You can run over them with a vehicle and you're not going to bend them and have several catches. Really like this trap. I'm going to put an earth anchor in here. These are some new earth anchors I've got. I had some similar, but these are from a different company and they're built like a tank. What I do is just get that started. Let me get my hammer over here. I'll take my hammer. I'm just going to pound this down the ground. Once you get that down, I usually get it down right here to where my quick link hooks to it. I'll give it a big pull. There ain't nothing pulling that out of the ground. And then that hole right there, it's very important to mash that down in there, because if water gets down there, I don't know, I've had it freeze on you and come out here and go to pulling traps, not been doing no good, and glad I hadn't caught nothing, because I pulled the trap completely out of the ground. Let's see. Break this trap down. See how it's going to bed right here. And these 550 traps, what I like about them is they've got a night latch on them. Once you put that into the dog to get it set, you can flip this loose jaw up, mash down till you hear a click and it's ready to go. Want to get your trap, I'm going to have to dig out just a little bit on the corners maybe. Give a little air grab for air to circulate, and that kind of helps some. Okay, what you want to do is get that trap in here and get it bedded down. See right there is where it rocks. It's moving. I guess some of you may have heard the stories about the fox and coyotes digging traps up, or you come back to your traps and they're dug up. Well, that's why, because they'll come up and they step on that instead of stepping on your pan, and that moves, and they're going to back up and go to digging and pull it up. There's a slim chance of them mashing that pan, getting caught doing that. Anyhow, I'm going to get my pan cover. Just taking, use wax paper. It works for me. They got screens, latex. I'll just slide that in there and flop my other jaw down. And what that does is that keeps your dirt, when you go to cover this trap up, it keeps the dirt from going under your pan, because if you get dirt under that pan, when you mash the animal comes and steps the pan on, it's got to have a little play and go down. If it don't, if it's got dirt under it, it's not going off, and there you miss the animal. Right here is some dirt I done dug up and sifted out. I like to get dirt from under pine trees around here. It stays good and dry. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit around these outside of these jaws to pack it in a little bit. There's a rock got in there somehow now. And I put a little too much. Another rock. Don't want no rocks in there. What I'm going to do is pack this up and kind of build this up and make it your low point. When that animal comes by, most of the time they step on the low point. Well, you got to bed your traps in solid. If you don't bed your traps in solid, then animal steps on the moves, they're not going to step on it. Plain and simple. That is solid. There's a rock right there. Alright, we're back here again. I've about got this set finished right here. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on my pan right here. And then we'll be ready to bait it up and ready to go. Just take a little bit. Just enough to cover that pan. Get right there. And I'm going to take this grass right here. Just kind of blend it in. Okay. We'll set that right there where I can mark my traps. Got that blended in fairly decent. Jeff cut his grass too short. Now, we'll get ready and bait. But first, let me take and put my stake hose in to where to put my bait and lure. Like I said, I usually take just my stake driver here, come out, drive this down at an angle. What that does, that PVC pipe, is a guy in Pennsylvania started doing this. I think he calls his page Coyote University. Anyhow, he's a real good coyote trapper. And he started using PVC pipe. What it does, it helps keep your bait from freezing, and and it lasts a little bit longer. Lure. So you want to drive it down under the ground a little bit. And this was a bobcat. I might leave one sticking up for a visual, because they hunt, visual. Aside. Next one, I'm going to come out here. Pull up that grass a little bit. Make it look like a little mouse hole. Drive it down. Sometimes I take my screwdriver or stake driver and claw that dirt out, where I can get that bait or lure to the bottom. Down in there. Just kind of cover it up, like so. Come out down here to the south side. Alright, y'all. That was it for setting the trap right here. Right here, there, and there, north, south, east, and west compass set. It's a real good coyote trap, so join us the next video and I'll show you how I bait this.